short live stream. And let me first fix the screen again. Sometimes I forget it all the time, and then it also changes back to default. Hey, today is a bit different live stream. We are going to go through different topics we have been talking over the around a year, and my main goal is to actually collect them on a one site, easy access, and actually create a course about these things we are going to talk. But hey, let's first talk what we might expect today. Today we are going to talk about working in Finland as you would be an entrepreneur. That's one can be done without a business ID. And that's an extension actually to the previous topic we talked about the last week. In the last week, we went through the steps how to apply for a work and why sending CVs blindly to different companies doesn't work out. So we saw it from that point. And today we are in a next step when we actually are contacting the companies. And if we are in a situation that they say, hey, no, sorry, we are not hiring anybody for this moment. This is the comeback to those no answers. That when we send them a polite thank you letter and say that, hey, bad to hear that you are not hiring anybody. But hey, if you have something available, I can use a billing services. And today I'm going to tell how that billing service work. If you want to go to see the previous steps, they are actually the previous lives. I don't think they have been edited. They are the long format. They came out without any changes. And later I will collect all the clips on a one site in form of course. And they will appear on a page looking like this. Here's the two last ones, and then people comments. And how do you get answers? Is just leave a comment, and I will uh, base my presentation on your examples. Not examples, the questions. Yeah, you can see long day again, messing with the words. Let me open the chat here and see live stream chat is there. I'll just write a hi there. And hey, send also hi that I know who we have today. I can see at least one person online and a couple of guys on the Discord. So we have a good audience. Hey, let's go it through, and the record will also be available. Idea is that you can actually check this on any time you want, and I'm answering the questions people are usually asking. But then in the beginning, just a small reminder that we have actually free courses available. Idea why I run these trainings is that I get experience, I get the teaching hours because I'm aiming for a couple of international certificates, and there I need to have training behind me. That's why I run safety courses and create different courses that I will match the requirements there. And it's also something fun to do. So why not? Let me get the course catalog was here. And what we have there at this moment, we have a full hygiene passport freely available for everybody. I think last time I checked, there was a 10 people working and it's slowly going. Waiting for a feedback that I can create a better course. But hey, let's jump to today's topic. And for that, I need to open again my scribble board. I use Obsidian for it. And let me change the sharing. Just a second. There I found a button. I'll have it here. And here is a program. And then changing the layout like this. Here it is. But hey, uh, I'll, I'll show where we are. Just for guys who are just joining for the first time, what we have been talking and where did the idea start for this not training, this informational. stream is that people take part for my occupational safety courses to get access to high risk work environment, which means that there are way more places they can keep applying. But then they came back to me and I said that, hey, we went through the course, we got certification, we are now applying to constructional workplaces, industrial workplaces, but we can't get any results. Companies are not responding to us. So here's the explanation why it happens. Here's a pool of workplaces just right here. We describe it as an iceberg. And tip of the iceberg is floating above the sea level. That's actually the same amount what workplaces are visible for us. Those are the online places available for everybody to apply. And what's the worst part? It's only 10% of the available workplaces, but 90% of the people are applying for those same places. Crazy competition. And what we try to deliver through these informational streams is how to apply to invisible part where is the least amount of the competition and your chances are the highest. Uh, Last streams we went through job portals. We talked a couple of words about staff leasing. That's something we need to open more, maybe this Thursday or a weekend. We will see. And now we are in the part that we went through the directories. That one we also handled a couple of last times. But what we haven't talked about is a billing service, just right here. And this is your key if everything else fails, that you can't secure that you can go on somebody's payroll. This is the easiest way to cooperate with another companies. And I will tell you how it works, that you will get a good idea what it requires from you, what kind of responsibilities you have, and then especially what kind of chances you have. So let's dive to that one and leave this part we already have talked earlier. Here we had a system how sending CVs works out. That's also a previous video if you are interested. But let's go through this one because my time is again limited. These weekday streams are something I do for fun. I have a half an hour to spend with you, and then I'm answering people's questions. And by the way, today's live stream is based on CV I got from a candidate. The idea that he is trying to get the access to construction environment, and we are now sending CVs out, but we are going to add a billing service because in a cover letter we tried to hit two flies at once. In a cover letter, in the very end of it, we are saying thank you for considering our application, and then we let them know that hey, if you have something short term available or you don't want to hire anybody on a payroll, we are open to work through billing service. So we are widening our options on a work field. And that's something you need to do. You need to think about solution for the employer that, hey, they have a problem. They need to hire people. Maybe they don't want to hire people on a payroll or it's a short term. You need to offer them solutions that, hey, have an easy way out. Hire us to billing service. They will do all the legwork for the paperwork. So let's see how it works. Here we are. We are a job seeker and companies here far, far away from us. They have they have the work available. Almost forgot the work. But here it is, company and work. So how do we reach? How do we extract money from that company that we can make a living here? We have a middleman which will do all the paperwork. Let's put it here a bit lower. So basically, you can find companies through directories like finder.fi, and you send them a polite message to ask how are they doing, do they have any work available, and so on. You make an introduction to them. So here's a line, and here we contact. Can't write. Still can't write. We come on. Oi, oi. I don't know. What is it? What is it today? Oh, luckily, not many people are watching. So we are a job seeker. We contact the company, and they return an answer that hey, maybe not. We are not hiring anybody for payroll. But then, if they say that we can actually work with you through a billing service, and how does it work? You do the work with the company. I'll put it here or do the work. We do the work. It's time to get paid for the job. Normally, the company would pay a salary for you, do all the paperwork. But actually, what happens? You will create the bill. Uh, Billing service sends an invoice to the company. They get it. It's a normal invoice with a one lump sum, with a reference code and VAT attached. Nothing else. The most simple thing you can have in a bookkeeping. Then company will pay the bill to billing service, not to you. Pays a payment, then billing service will divide that into taxes. They will take a next part is a salary, and then salary will come you normally, and then taxes will go to tax officers. Something like that. Quite simple. And it's very simple way for the employer to hire you. And what you have to do, and this is good to remember, you are still responsible for your pensions. And you need to make sure that if your income goes over 9,000 something euros, you need to actually create a pension plan that you will take pension called YIL. That's the name of the pension. That agreement you need to arrange, and then you pay monthly to a pension fund, and then you are covered. So that's how billing services work. So how expensive it is for you? Billing service takes somewhere between 1 to 8%. And I can say that if it's 8%, it's way too much. We shouldn't take that road at all. And uh, good price is somewhere near 3%. That already includes insurance because billing service will insure you if something happens. You break something in a client space or you hurt yourself. That's why it's really good to have insurance that you don't drop on an empty empty place and then you will be in the troubles. Let's have a look. I'm actually going to tell you about a couple of billing services and right here we are going to change the tab right here. Right here. And here's of one list. We have a many lists in different places. And uh, here's a one I use a lot. They are not paying for advertising, but I can say that they have a good customer service. And the fee they take will be lowered based on your billing. So over the time, you will reach that 1% payment. And they have a good insurance on top of it. Then we have old companies like Ukko. easy. They have been on the market for really long. They have a good software, good systems, but the downside is that they are really expensive to use. That if they would take from 5 to 8%, that's a way too big margin to pay. It's something I couldn't tolerate by myself. I have tried their service. They had a free tier, some trial that I could create a couple of bills and not to pay a service fee. They worked really well. I handled a couple of things with the customer service, but I can't justify the payment they take. Same here, Oma Paja, way too high. Laskuttamo, 6.5, again, crazy. Here's a Pisse. They take now 5%. This one used to be one of the best service we have in the market because they took only 1%. But those times are gone. 5%, way too high. Good service, but way too high. And FinJob, 4%, and so on. You can see that some of these will take way too high percentage. And then a couple of low ones, they don't include insurance. But hey, do you know what? When you go and read a comparison made by some company, you always need to think about that. Hey, are they thinking their own benefit here? And same applies here. There's a one more case they are not saying. We have actually services who will have a fee based by bill. They will take, for example, 5 or 10 euro fee for each bill you send. So actually, if you have a big bill, like a couple of thousand euros, it's better to use those services because it's a fixed fee and it will be a very small fee to pay to get your salary. But that's something we can continue on a Discord channel. I can share those services, and to get the access to Discord, just send me an email, send me a message. I'll get you an invitation link, and that's a place where we talk about these topics more. But hey, that one was actually a 15-minute live today, just to create a bit material for coming weekend, show a short version of a billing service for people who were interested. And by the way, during a weekend, there will be a live Saturday evening, most likely 9:30, and I will walk through every step when we talk about uh, working in Finland. That it's a full set, everything what we have talked over the years. Hi there, chat is alive. Nice to see you. And hey, we are ending the live stream. It was a very quick pop, but hey, if you have a question, you can ask anything related working in Finland. And we can have that one as an end here. And rest of the talk will go in a Discord. So, do we have a question? Anything on our mind? And then I still need to advertise that I have done almost all CV reviews on in a Discord. That if you want to get your CV reviewed, I'm there open. I can take a new ones and get it fixed to be ATS proof and actually to the point that it would work in a job search in Finland. So there are free slots available. And yeah, what's the cost of the service? It's free. Almost everything is for free. But hey, if no questions, I thank you for popping by, staying in the chat, sending a message in the chat, and see you next time. Next time will be on a Saturday. Yeah, I think so. Okay, bye.